Success is becoming a finalist on The Voice, representing your country at Eurovision, having thousands and thousands of followers, right? We're always striving for things, but when we actually achieve them, it's not always what we expect. What next? I've done all of those things, but the outcome was far from what I thought it would be. And I want to talk to you guys a little bit about what I've learned about what success really is. Coming out of these incredible opportunities, I didn't have the magic answers, the overnight success, the fame, the stardom. All I had was a start. And to be honest, my time after The Voice was used trying to find it, rediscover who I was as a person and as an artist. And to this day, I'm still trying to break away from those labels that I was given. The cute, chubby, 14-year-old kid with a good voice and not much else. Those shows are covered in glitter, but they don't guarantee anything. The success or the version of success that you expect in your head, that bit's up to you. And I feel like that translates to a lot of things in our lives. Opportunities come and go, but it's up to you to utilize what you've learned from those opportunities to create your version of success. When I was growing up, I say that like I'm 50, but when I was younger, I always got asked this same question: what's your plan B? And for me, that never made sense to me. I was just a young kid with this big dream, trying to make this music career of mine a reality. And I was always getting asked, no, but what are you actually going to do? And I never had one, and I still don't. For me, why would I have a plan B when I've got the drive and the tunnel vision to make plan A work no matter what? Why divide my effort between two things when I can put my absolute everything into my true craft and passion and make it happen? You're probably asking yourself, well, what if plan A fails? And to that, I say that failure is just a feeling. What I'm getting at is so much in our lives can feel like failure, but the question I ask is failure just giving up because we can't handle the setbacks that we endure in pursuit of our goals? Setbacks suck, and I'll be the first one to tell you that. I remember when I was in Poland for the Eurovision final. I thought I was such a hero, waltzing through the streets of Poland in shorts and t-shirt, the Aussie kid in 2-degree weather, may I add. I was an absolute madman. When I didn't think I was such a hero was waking up on the morning of the Eurovision final with a crippling chest infection. I could barely speak, let alone sing every note squeezing out of my throat. And in that moment, I had never felt like such a failure. I was absolutely devastated. I was backstage, I'd barely made it through rehearsal. And I had two options. I could withdraw and let go of everything that I'd worked towards, or I could accept the challenge, push through, and go out to that arena and leave everything on that stage. I was so torn. My dad comes up to me and he says, "Are you at your best?" No. But can you still go out there and put on an incredible performance? Absolutely. And so I did. And amongst what felt like such failure, the lowest point in my career, I gathered myself, I picked myself up, accepted the challenge, and pushed forward. And somehow amongst it all, I managed to place 8th for Australia. When we're in moments that feel like failure, it comes down to this. Are we going to give up and let it all go? Or accept the challenge and push forward? 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Fast forward a few years, and that continues to be a pivotal part of my journey that's led me to where I am today. But these days, I find myself so often comparing myself to others. Surely I'm not the only one that does this. I'll land such an exciting opportunity, and an hour later, I'll be scrolling through Instagram and see that Johnny has landed in what my eyes is a bigger and better opportunity. And that feeling of pride I had for my own achievement an hour earlier is completely diminished. And it just goes to show that comparison is the thief of joy. It's one of my favorite sayings, and I can almost guarantee that it rings true in a lot of your lives. Earlier this year, I was in LA performing at a music expo that I was invited to. I went there, I was full of confidence. I was thinking, this could be my big break. It's LA, anything can happen, right? Well, I'll tell you what, I had never felt so small and so intimidated walking into a room full of the biggest people in the music industry. Immediately, I felt myself comparing my own successes to other people's and developing this self-consciousness and doubt towards my own career. I had this illogical impatience, the need for everything to happen tomorrow, that instant gratification that so many of us crave within our lives. But the thing that I failed to remember is that these people have been doing what I'm doing for a lot longer than me, under very different circumstances. We may appear to be surrounded by people that are more successful than ourselves, but the thing that we always fail to remember is that everyone's journey is different. No one's path is the same, and other people's circumstances may be very different to yours. Your definition of success is yours and no one else's. No matter how insignificant things you do may feel, it's leading you to where you want to be and who you want to become.
I thought I'd see it clear once all was said and done. But now I stand here asking, where have I gone wrong? Drowning in the lows before I thought I'd won. But in the end we feel we can't live up to expectations. Oh, yeah, I know I've made some mistakes, but out of the ones I've made, the biggest one was thinking that I had no time to wait. Yeah, I was just scared of the fall, but you'll only fall if you jump. Keep holding on, keep driving down your road. I know I get ahead of it, I find I chase the thrill of it all. Cause if I don't, how will I ever know? Got dreams to fill it with, I feel I'm not fulfilling it all. Can someone tell me, will I ever know? Will I ever know? You won't know if you don't go.
Thank you.